So today I am doing a kind of impromptu little tutorial on sewing nursing pads. So I have an order for 4 sets of nursing pads. Obviously that's 8 separate nursing pads. So I'm doing 2 per set, which 2 is really 4 pieces of fabric. So I've got the 4, 1, 2, and then the rest of it 3, 4 right here. And I've already done, so basically I'm doing a 4-inch diameter circle which is cut out from either wool or you can use whatever kind of absorbent fabric that you have. These are all wool. I also do hemp, cotton, and wool, so you have a hemp on the inside and then a wool on the outside. And this is my organic undyed jersey knit, and the other side I have a interlock. This is a laurel color interlock. So to make the little indentation like this so that it's a little bit like formed to the breast, I will sew just a straight line. So I basically I'll show you on this piece here. So I take a piece of the fabric, or a cut of the fabric, and fold it in half, so it's a half circle, and then I just put it under my regular sewing machine and sew a straight stitch at an angle from here, about here. So this is like a 1/4 of an inch or so. If you want even more of an angle, obviously you could go like 1/2 inch in and then sew to the edge, the outside edge here, like this. And then when you open it up, it's got this shape. So it's kind of conforms to the breast. So I've got both of my pieces. I'm going to I'm going to lay them on each other, wrong sides together, and I'm serging them. So if you have only a sewing machine, you'd have to stitch right sides together and stitch around, leave an opening, and then turn it and top stitch it. But the way that I'm doing it is so that it's less noticeable. So you don't want to have like this big noticeable circle under your clothing. So I have one here that I've started. I'm just using ivory thread in my machine. It's already set up. If you have a serger, just use, I'm using a double stitch. So I have 2 threads for the straight stitching and then 2 threads obviously for the upper and lower loopers. And whatever your stitch your setup for your sewing machine as far as tensions and then stitch length. I have mine at 1.5. Oh wait, it's on R actually, so that's just like the regular, and then the differential is at 1.5, but that it depends on your machine. All the machines are different. So what I'm doing is just starting on the bottom of the pad, and I'm just taking off a very, very little amount just to align them, and it's not cutting too much off. And then you have to check underneath, make sure that your fabrics are lined up properly. And I'm just going, as it stitches, I'm turning it the entire time. So if I stop turning it to adjust, I stop sewing. See how that's done? So sewing in a circle does take a little bit of practice. So my previous breast pad or nursing pad that I sewed is right here. So I cut this off and then I just like pull on the thread so that they tighten and knot up, and then I just snip that excess off. So this is what they look like when they're all done. Obviously this one is this laurel color on one side, and you can do it, you know, you can use them this on the inside and this on the outside, or vice versa. The organic jersey is very soft though, so I'm thinking that most people will want to use this on the inside, but you know, it really doesn't matter. These are the ones that are the organic jersey with a organic um, wool interlock. So they're basically the same color inside and out. It's just that the jersey is thinner. It feels kind of like t-shirt material. And then the interlock is very absorbent, and it's a little thicker. So that's how they look when they're completely done. So I'm just gonna finish these two up real quick. And then you can see how so here's my tail. Okay, I'm just gonna sew, keep going, and then sew over it a little bit and then go off the edge. So I'll sew this one as well. Now I've got them going this way, so I just want to make sure that they match. So it's a little thick right here where we did the little straight stitch, but that's okay, it still works. The biggest thing is that you just have to make sure you're grabbing both pieces of fabric. If you cut them at different times like I did, they may be slightly different size or something. I actually cut them a little bit bigger than what I want so that I can, if I take some off, then they're still the same size. So I cut this one off that was on there before, and I just pull those threads. Some people choose to take a sewing needle and stick them through the loops here and like basically thread them through that to finish it, but I just cut it off and make sure it's knotted. So here I am again at the tail, I'm at the end, so cutting that off and then stitching over a little bit, and then I go off. So this is actually my last one, so I'm just going to leave a little thread on my machine and then cut that and pull those threads again, or at least one thread. It's nice to get, if you can grab like one thread, and then it all kind of knots up and tightens. And then I just snip it off, and there's a little tutorial for you. Where's my other one? Oh, right there. Okay, so that's one set. I've got 1, 2 of the laurel, and then 2 sets of the natural. So that's ready to now go out to my customer. Thanks for joining me on this little quick tutorial on the Serger. And if you want to see more tutorials on the Serger, just let me know. I have multiple products that I use the Serger for, pre-folds being one of them, and flat diapers as well. So I'm definitely happy to do more tutorials on this sewing machine, this Serger. And just in case you wanted to know, this is a New Home. It's a Janome New Home 104D. That's the brand. It's an old machine, so you won't probably be able to find it to purchase. But they have a newer Serger. Janome has a newer Serger that's basically the equivalent of it, and probably a little bit better than this one. But I can also do some tutorials on threading this machine. So if you have a machine like this, let me know, because I know it was hard for me to find some tutorials on things like I had forgotten how to set it up for the rolled hem, and I don't have my manual anymore, so I was looking for videos on how to do that, and it was kind of difficult to find. So if you have this machine as well, again, it was a Janome New Home 104D, and I'm happy to do some more tutorials. So thanks for joining me and have a great day.